Welcome to Kill Team Casuals, a podcast all about Kill Team filmed in 3 different time zones by 3 different gents, 2 of which are pieces of shit. Enjoy.
Russ, do you want to count or? Hello and welcome. Kill Team Casuals is back, and we are flying through these episodes. I think this is episode 7 we're up to.
Well, excuse me, it's 6 for 2 of us. Or no, wait.
Oh, so close.
Wow. Oh, I tried real hard. You know what? You know what my problem was? You know what my problem was? Russ was giving me counting lessons last week. I biffed it. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to try that joke again.
I think you were just so excited to burn me. You were like, I'm going to get him so...
Yeah.
You can tell he's been ready. What you can't see is it's written down in front of him. He's just like,
right here. I just have a whole
wait for a pause.
like,
wait for a pause.
Yes.
I could see him mouthing it beforehand. He was like, this is a...
Well, we're off to a great start. We are, as always, you probably heard the roast master himself, Ben from Battle Brothers Tabletop is there.
That's me, baby.
We've got the counting aficionado, Russ from GFN Gaming, and the also attending Rhys from Threes to Wound. So we're all here.
Sometimes present Rhys.
Boy, we are firing on all cylinders, boys, aren't we? My goodness.
3 time zones, it's happy hour. What are the odds?
Oh,
I love it.
My goodness.
Another interesting week in the world of Kill Team. Things being announced and people getting excited about the future of Kill Team. The big thing was the roadmap,
yes.
or the 3-direction roadmap, the 3-worded roadmap. I'm not sure, 3 sentences.
Yeah, the names. It's a 40K name generator is what it was. They just pulled up one of them and it was like
using
Gallow
the
dark,
roadmap,
shallow deep. I don't know. Yeah.
The loosest possible, the broadest possible definition of roadmap. It's a place name. That's what we've got. We've got we have a destination. That's not a roadmap.
There's 3 more coming. That's the roadmap. Yeah. Do you have anybody have the names up?
Yeah, I've got the names here. So we had we've got
stuff.
shadow vaults. So some form of vaults with shadows in them. We've got the soul shackle. Yes, the soul shackle, and then Gallow fall. So they're the 3. I guess
that was the reserved name for the actual thing. Gallow Fall, isn't it? Gallow Deep, Gallow Dark,
Gallow Dark.
Is that the name of the thing? No, it's the Gallow Deep. Gallow. Oh God,
it's Gallow Dark, isn't it?
No, it's Gallow Dark because that's why it's called Into the Dark.
Into the Dark, Into the Dark. Gallow Dark, and this is Gallow Fall.
Yeah, weird.
Does that mean it's Gallow too much?
Yeah.
Like twice.
Is Gallow like Geller? Is it related to Geller, I'm guessing? Gallow, so. Geller? I don't know.
It's like someone said, guys, I got this cool word. It's called Gallow.
Someone got word of the day toilet paper and was like, Gallow. Huh. Interesting. That's the name of the next 5 releases done. Don't need the toilet anymore. Walks out, pants still down. God, fired. But he got that one out.
Why did he leave toilet paper on the desk? Ooh, Gallow.
Oh, God.
Oh, Gallow. The rest
partially used. Gallow stain. Do you think that was the idea? No. Just Gallow. Rip that bit off. Gallow.
Gallow
put it on
stain.
the board. Remember that.
Yeah, this is prime. This is our best comedy, I think, so far.
We went to toilet humor 4 minutes in, everyone. That's all I want everyone to.
It wasn't.
Write that down.
We didn't resort. We didn't resort. It was our first choice.
That was
It was Route 1, our roadmap, toilet humor, and then it stopped.
Blue right off the bat. Yeah.
The thing I would say is good, names aside, is the fact that obviously it does let us know that we know we're going to get quarterly updates. We're getting a new box set every quarter, which means and in that it says 2 new kill teams and terrain, and it sounds like it's all going to be expansions to Gallow Dark, which I think is really cool because I'm already very excited about what you can do with the next box set that's coming out, which goes on pre-order very soon. Who knows? By the time this lands, it probably is pre-order day or it's just happened. So
yeah.
So I have a question about the pre-order because I saw something, I think, which I'm just gonna like I think I've seen a price release, but I don't know if this is some sort of wish list. Have they released the price? Did I imagine it?
I've heard. So here's what I've heard. I've heard $130 brick.
That's what I heard.
That's what
I heard it's on the brick.
That would be amazing then, because I thought I dreamed that up. I was like, that,
which would be like what 150, 60 American,
right? Something like that.
But then someone also said, a source that we're all very familiar with, mentioned that it was going to be more closer to like $200. Yeah, my dodgy cousin. Yeah, that was going to be like 200 American. So I don't
180
know.
Brit quid of the Queen's Own.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right. That's what I imagined it would be.
How many dollary dues is that then? Is that closer to 300 or 250 for
honestly
for
Oz? Like, don't you always like? I assume you're a millionaire because you're into Warhammer, and in Oz it costs so much. From what I hear, like.
It is. It's
like running guns or drugs or something to be able to afford the amount of plastic crate you've got there.
Oh, I run drug guns. They're guns that shoot drugs.
Well, see, I always assumed you were just the heir to the salmon fortune. I thought like your family like owns
all the fish,
all of the salmon.
Just
yeah,
all of them.
I assumed. Yeah,
every time I catches one, Rhys is there with a check saying. This is the bill for that. The bear's like, okay. And that's how it works. I understand.
That's what I thought. That's what I always assumed. I don't think I was alone in assuming that either. So
I can't tell you that's incorrect. I can't tell you that's incorrect. Yeah. It's I mean, you guys did sign an NDA. We've just ruined it, but that's fine.
Ooh. So I can't compete with those salmon lawyers, dude. I don't have the money to go toe to toe with those salmon lawyers.
Oh no, we've gone
What
wrong.
a mess. So anyways, what do you guys think? Okay, so for the Gallow Deep, Gallow Dark, Gallow Doofus stuff, what do you think is coming? Like, what do you think the teams will be in the next couple boxes? Is the next one? There's what's the second one?
Shadow.
Number 2 is Shadow Vaults.
Does that sound Necron-ish to you guys? Or does Soul Shackle sound more Necron?
Soul Shackle sounds a bit more Necron to me because I always think of like they shackle things. Don't they have like Soul Shackle somethings like a grenade or something?
Something shackle. Yeah, I think they have a scarab. Soul Shackle
scarabs. Yeah, really? I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, I'm not a Necron player myself, but that really rings a bell.
Yeah, that sounds Necron-y.
Then if that's true, then it'll probably be a Necron team, and then instead of a cat, they'll have like a scarab swarm or something.
Yeah, a distinct. Maybe. Well, for the new Necron releases when not new, when like the new edition came out, like Imperium, they had a whole bunch of new Necron units. So I wouldn't put it past them just creating a brand new Necron kind of random. I was going to say dog, and then I was like, it's not a dog. But like, it's will
literally
be
called a cat.
Yeah, like I just like imagine if it's a dog, like Necron dog. Like yes, I'm now trying to think of Necron dog puns. I won't be able to get there, not in the short time we've got. But in the comments, please leave your best Necron pun dog name. Like, no, I can't even think of one.
I really hope. While people come up with those wonderful puns, I'll give you a second. Now, now we're done with that.
Now we're going to read through them.
Oh, you really got me there, yeah.
Oh, good times, good times. I really hope there's still, and I'm still a little bit sad. Gene Stealers,
a Necron Immortalization. Is that too bad?
That's a stretch.
Someone's laughing. Someone out there's laughing. I swear to God. Someone out there's laughing at Necron Immortalization. No? I just got feedback. No one is. That was someone coughing.
I'm not even sure what dog it's in reference to.
Alsatian?
Oh, I guess I'm just not a dog person.
Oh, okay.
No, that's on me.
I could just make something up then.
Yeah, I was thinking necrodoodle, like labradoodle.
Oh, that's pretty better. That's pretty better, isn't it?
That's much better.
I'm getting a great visual on a necrodoodle as well. Yeah.
Don't Google necrodoodle. Whatever you do.
Oh my God, no. Hell no. Danger there lurks.
Oh my God. So maybe Necrons. I feel like Necrons should be a white dwarf release. Like you said, Russ, all of the new models feels like it would be like there's so much new stuff that it'd probably be a white dwarf team, right? Or do you think they'll actually get a box?
I think they could get a box. I mean, I know it would be easier to give them a white dwarf team just because you've got the units that you would classically see. You would see Immortals, the flayed ones, but you never really see that much diversity in the white dwarf teams, it feels. Oh, maybe today you haven't seen loads. Actually, well, okay, a couple of teams have been pretty decent with their range, although I'm thinking Wormblade just basically got neophyte brood adepts and their variations and then some agents.
And then,
There's not a lot of you can take 4 different types of unit.
Yeah, Mechanicus is kind of back the
just Skitarii
Rangers Vanguard and you're right. Yeah, it seems to be about a flavor of 3-ish.
It feels like they'd be missing out. Whereas I feel like if they got a special team, it'd be quite nice.
Right. Now, I keep hearing that they're maybe going to lean into more of the weird stuff.
It's
that'd be cool.
Which seems like staying away from the major factions. This box, Navy, never had it. Kroot, we all forgot Kroot was a thing, right? And so it's from what I've heard, they're going to be leaning more into some weirder one-off teams. I think the Casterkin are probably coming at some point, just on bases alone.
Yeah.
I thought.
Well, I think even with what you're sort of seeing with the it's really extended teams. So obviously the Armsmen basically guard, the Kroot allies of Tau, the Corsairs obviously have always been that thing. They're probably another example of that. Just to the side of the teams we all know and play, and they seem to be integrated into the team. So that's why if it was Necrons, I nearly think it would have to be what's something that the Necrons don't have, or that especially the fact that their codex, especially because their codex is just dropped. No, the Necrodoodle. We went through this. But I nearly think maybe it might not be Necrons because I feel like their codex has already kind of shown they've missed their opportunity to include something. And so it's who are the codexes coming out? Who's next? As you said, Guard, I think is about to come. So the Kaskin would be great example for that.
I agree.
They're an extension and offshoot of the Guard. There is it time for the new codex. So maybe, there's a little bit of rhyme or reason in that way. Whereas Necrons might be, as you said, a white dwarf because then it's just, this is the stuff that's already out. You're not getting something new to Big Boy 40K as well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, a decent comprehensive white dwarf team will be great for the Necron. They need something. Yeah. That whole reanimation protocols doesn't cost any. I mean, you can still only do it 4 times, right? I mean, it keeps going. So by the end of the game, you can be rolling 4 times if you're unlucky enough to not bring them back. But bringing back 4 models, maybe. I mean, it's not really good enough.
I did see
Nids are hurting too in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a good game the other day, actually. 2 friends played. It was Necrons versus the Drukhari. And the Necrons actually rinsed them just because the Drukhari just couldn't. It was 2 fire teams of Immortals. So.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be that, isn't it? Starfire cores.
Yeah, and that was it. So even if the Drukhari did manage to get in close combat, they still got hit once or twice. They can't take it. They couldn't. Yeah, and that was it. And they can't do enough damage. Although they're good, they're not it was the unfortunate witches of the gladiatorial pits were absolutely green electrocuted to death. It was horrendous. But yeah, I think that's a situational matchup. That's a great matchup versus being the team can be an all comers or be good against all teams.
Yeah, for sure.
So so we think Necrons then for Shoal-Sackle.
Shoal-Sackle.
No idea what that was meant to be.
Dallogark and Shoal-Sackle. Yeah.
Dallogark. Oligarch. Sounds like a despot.
Well, yeah, I think Necrons will be good. I think Kaskin will be there. I said I do think Gene Stealers or Tyranids of some will have to. It's a space Hulk. Come on, it has to be.
Do you think they're going to split out Gene Stealers from Nids? I would like a Nid team that is Gene Stealers.
Yeah.
When is 10th edition coming? Because have you guys heard the rumors of a Blood Angels Gene Stealer like Indominus style box?
Ooh, I would be
the
so
Vengeance for Ball style.
Yeah, like could be coming then, which would suck if it actually takes that long to get a Nid team. Like I'm not a Nid player, but I genuinely feel bad for tier Nid players. Like the major factions should have something, you know.
Yeah,
I mean their codex in Big Boy 40K is doing well. So it's again interesting that their 40K thing is doing very strong. But that the kill team didn't kind of go. And here's something new. Here's a kill team as well that if you want you can do both. Missed opportunity, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I do sort of that might not to bring us down in the mood. So let's take a moment. Can we cue up some violins here? But like I do, part of me is like I worry. I worry that it's getting into that so many constant releases, and the fact that we're getting not a second edition, but we're getting into a new-ish edition, and there's still some teams that are woefully like behind, like Necrons, some of the Nids. I mean, Nids aren't terrible, but they're not competing at the highest levels, I guess. I mean, there is someone presumably doing it, but not consistently, I guess. And we're just getting more teams, and like I've got this real scenario that we get to 3 years time when we get a Necron team, and then it's like Kill Team Edition 3. Everyone resets, and you're like it's so like I just like feel for the people who haven't had the teams out. It'd be like, how long are you going to get to have your day in the sun? Is it literally going to be a day, and then it's so? That's the only problem.
They're going to pariah Nexus them twice. Is that what you're saying? It's going to.
They've done it to us. I'm not even going to say they've done it to us once because they've done it time untold. Like they're like, and the old world has ended, and you're like, oh God, and now they're bringing it back. So it's not beyond them. It's in fact it's part of the course. It's part of the course.
So who are the teams? So we go if in terms of teams that we think really need some love, because now Crude have got the love that they would have been on the list, but so Tyranids. Who else needs a pump up? Necrons.
I think Necron's definitely number one for a glow up.
Yeah. What about
maybe straight up Eldari? Is it Eldari these days?
See, I feel like the Eldar and Chaos Marines, like Legionaries was like all your chaos, take it. I feel like Corsairs was like, oh, you like elves? Just take this. This will please all of you. That's what I kind of felt at least.
I think they're going to get rid of Chaos. Like, you know, when they retired the others, now we've got Blooded, which is Chaos Cultists. I know it's Traitor Guard, but it's basically Chaos Cultist. And we've got Chaos Marines. Like, why would we have another team? Like, they might as well get rid of Chaos Space Marines. Like, I don't want them to because it's more flavor, but it feels if I don't know anyone who's taking Chaos Space Marines. Like, they're taking Legionaries, or you're taking you're taking Legionaries, or you're taking Blooded. If like, there must be someone, but it just feels like it's one of those ones that would get retired next edition. Like, not next edition, like next update. They're gonna maybe in the annual they'd be like, do you need Chaos Space Marines anymore? Which is a bit of a shame.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Like, I feel like Death Guard is probably a team that won't get a specialist team for a long time because Legionaries kind of fill that niche. Yeah. And Corsairs kind of do the same thing for Eldar. At least in my mind. I don't know.
Bizarrely, Warp Coven got a...
That is definitely true. That is definitely true.
Or is it Death Guard would be a White Dwarf? Like, it's just an extension like possibly. That. Maybe they're your White Dwarf ones. It's like, hey, you already, we know you love them. We've made an offshoot just for you. Because I mean, you can make your Legionnaire team all Nurgle, all marks of Nurgle. They're very competitive, and if you painted it like, you can still just definitely make them. Yeah, you can make them thematic, and I think you're right. Even what you said about the Corsairs being like, hey, Elder players, these Corsairs can play in any of your current teams. It is kind of like a band-aid for all teams. I think you're right. Maybe we won't see Eldar for a little while because they'll be like, we nailed it. 1 for 3.
one and yeah. What happened to Yanari? I would quite like to have like. Do you remember Yanari for 40k when they came back and that? Correct me in the comments. The god, that weird god character. It's a great looking incarnate. That's it. Yeah, the incarnate. They came back and you could have Eldar. I'm just going to say Eldar, Drukhari, Dark Elves, and like Harlequins, and like effectively they became one. They were just all of those armies together. I'd love like a Yanari team with it, which is just pick your own flavor of Elder. That would be quite cool. That'd probably be too good, but I mean, that's for them to balance, right?
I really like what you see with the Wormblade and Blooded too. Like you can take this, or if you drop these characters, they're worth points, and you can add others in. Like I'd love to see that being a continuing thing. That there are some stronger characters, but you have to lose something to take them. And I think, to me, that still brings back in a little bit of that list building that sometimes can be a bit missing in 40k, or help you change your team, your roster depending on opponent and stuff like that. Like I still want to see a little bit more of that. That for me, most of the time when I'm playing with my friends, I kind of rock up already knowing the team I'm playing. It's very rare am I making, and there's stratagems to change things at the start of the battle, like adaptive tactics for Space Marines. And it's like, very rarely am I going to use that because I'm usually playing a mate. But I'm missing a little bit of list building. I'd still love to see just a little bit more of that in Kill Team.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the great stuff. Sure. It feels like the agents, I'm just going to call them that, feels like they're a good future-proofing for a system, for a team, because you can be like, let's bring in 5 new agents and a PDF update and just add them in. You can be like, same as before, 2 character slots, here's a button. That feels like that would be a way they could do elites comfortably. Like once they've got teams out, they could be like, and to be honest, you wouldn't even really need to have updated all the teams to be like, here's your Space Marine elites teams, and any fire team can sacrifice 2 or X number of minis to get a Terminator, say, for like Phobos Marine, you can take 4 Marines and a Terminator, and that's your that would be cool. Or interesting enough, if they don't want to drop the bodies, because dropping the body count too much would be like oof. But you could be like 1 operative slot, but you spend 2 CP at the start of the game, so you start with only 1, and that's your something that it feels like a good future proofing
or something.
That'd be an interesting way to add them in. And it seems like doing the agents, like we said, if they have that for the continuing, that's a good way to be able to add new bigger operatives for teams quite easily. So I quite like that as well. I think that's my favorite part about the teams that have done it.
And encourage you to build that roster. Have that, instead of taking few games, just you want to have a roster and go, well, what's my matchup? Really push that. You got to play it that way because it's better for you to do that.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Because a lot of times, like you said, like the team you're going to play, but also like if you're playing commandos, you know what's going to be in that list. Like if you're playing against like what they're going to take. So there's not a ton of mind games there, because it goes both ways. You know what you're taking. But if you've been playing for 5 seconds, if you know the factions, like, okay, I know exactly what they're taking.
Yeah, there's no Houdini or surprise moments of like, geez, I thought you were going to do this, but then you double faked me and you did this, and now that thing of you've outfoxed them, if you will.
Right.
I love that gamesmanship. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was big in last edition. Like you just like take a weird giant like Ogren on your list, and you never take them, but it was just like, but I might, and it's going to mess your brain up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, fingers crossed. There's still definitely time for that. What do you think will be the additions for the box? Now we've got these different names. Is it going to be like Russ with like a collapsible board set as the game goes on that slowly blows up? Like, how are they going to change the game?
Like the terrain additions?
Yeah, so because obviously that's one of the big things it points out. It says that there'll be new terrain, which I'm assuming is adding to build this Space Hulk or different. Yeah, like is it going to be traps? Is it going to be like terrain rules we've seen? What are you guys thinking?
That's a good question, man. Like I was thinking, I was like, what you get in this box is sort of like, in my opinion, like everything you need. Like I'm not sure. Like looking at this box, I'm like, okay, to play in this setting, what more like do I kind of need? Like I mean, unless it's just like, well, here's a Chaos mutated Space Hulk, and here's a Necrons. Like, unless it's that, or they're going to add in like vantage points onto this, which I can't imagine they would do. Like, I honestly have no clue. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think there's a pie in the sky, which I would love to see them try to go, like, because it feels like they've done something a little bit out of the ordinary. I guess we weren't fully expecting them to do this, and I would like to think that they'll continue. That's the pie in the sky, where like this, they create a level that goes underneath your level, so you can have like basically a board on top of a board, which sounds so dumb, and they shouldn't do. But God, would it be cool if they give it a shot? Like, took a risk, rolled the dice, say, you know what, we're gonna do it, so you can go up and down, then create a nice, I mean, it would be nuts. I don't think it would work. I think they'd have to really like they'd have to really play test that, but that would be so fun to try. Like, imagine that, a game where it's just like they'd have to have enough room so you could still get light into sea, and the bottom deck would have to be minimal, like a cargo hold where it's just like open basically, but there's like some scatter terrain, and be like subterranean deck. But I think basically what Ben said is going to happen is we'll get themed lists, themed boards, sorry. So it'll be like, oh, now we're moving into the orc section of the Gallow Dark, and it'll just be orc-based terrain that looks pretty much the same, but might have a bit of flavor. But I think they're very keen on adding rules to terrain, which I feel like a mixed bag to me. I hardly use any of the terrain rules just because it feels like it's a bit much to learn. It feels like unnecessarily complicated to learn terrain rules when I'm already learning all the other rules. Like, I don't need any more barriers to entry to have like it's like, here's fun and here's every. I'm just gonna go straight to fun. I'm gonna forget all of this and just play the game because it's fun. Like, I don't need this but I think they'll probably do that because there's people who will love it, and pick and choose
cool
ones that you love. That's the thing. I'd prefer to have it and not use it. The condom rule, as they say. That is what they say. You want to the ideal scenario is to need it and have it, then need it and not have it. Condom. And that's how I approach my terrain.
Okay.
That's why I bring a condom to every game of Warhammer I play.
I just put them on my hands. Just to pick up stuff. You don't know where it's been. Plus, the benefit of that is, benefit of that is people tend to give you a lot of space. So you got a lot of breathing space. No one tends to hassle the man wearing 2 condoms on his hands.
Those are words to live by, my friends.
That's a life lesson.
Yeah. Pass that one down.
I'd love to see, even little boards next to each other.
You'd love to see Russ with 2 condoms on his hands.
What do you mean love to see? I've already seen it. I see it a lot.
Have you not been checking your messages? I feel like I sent you one recently. Yeah, I think you blocked my messages. That's why, which I understand.
Constantly.
I managed to get around. Reese's internet's not fast enough to stop the messages at the pace I send him. I'm like, whereas
the one time when his internet works correctly is when you just blow past through the curb and just
and I'm like, I got it working. Oh, crikey!
Oh God, no, my eyes.
Anyway, I was excited about the idea of maybe multiple boards, a bit like, so you kind of a bit, I think like Underworlds does it a bit, I think a bit in Cursed City as well. So it's kind of like not just our big game mats, but you might have 2 smaller mats maybe connected by like a little corridor or something like that. And then, like a bit more like it is a ship or lots of different.
Right.
It might be a bit complicated because obviously there's a reason we all play in a standardized board size.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could be cool, even if it was just like a small offshoot of a particular map kind of thing.
Right.
Like you're still playing the regular board, but then there's a hallway that goes off to another smaller section, or it's an important control room or something. So
I like that idea.
I don't know.
Like, so you can, if there's like a hatch in the ground, you can go into it and that takes you to separate board outside the play area, but you've got a board for it. And from there you can control, say, the doors. Or
Exactly. Doors.
You can activate a turret maybe or something.
Open an
That'd
airlock,
be cool.
Whatever.
I'd quite like.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm kind of intrigued to see what they do with I'm going to set my expectations super low so that they can blow me away. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to say my expectations are like themed barrels. And then when they go, you know what? Bang, we're going to hit you with like some sort of random
themed crates.
Yeah. I was like,
whoa! I never thought about crates.
Missed opportunity. No crude crates. I'm so upset. A crute.
Yeah. It's actually an actual crute that's just eaten a crate, and he's evolved into a barrel. And he's got, you know, the like from D&D with all the legs. I'm thinking of Rincewinds now. The luggage from Discworld just follows him around. That is the crute. Yeah.
That's their cat.
They missed a trick. They should have had that as the cat.
Speaking of which, did you guys see the article where they posted concept art of the crute?
Yes.
It was like, here's the cool stuff we thought about giving you, but decided not to. Like,
why do you do
what
that?
It felt like to me. I don't know. It was like, this was so cool. Like a big hulky crute and then like a flice. Like, I was like, man, how cool would that have been? Why would you show us this?
Well, we talked about this ages ago. We were like, how cool would it be to have crute versus gene stealers? And they've eaten the gene stealers and, you know, no.
Could you see the crute potentially, because obviously we don't know the rules yet. Oh, actually, no, because we did see them play a game. I was wondering if maybe there might be a bit like the Space Marine kind of, you know, you get to pick and choose some abilities for your crute. So like they ate a human and an Eldar, so therefore they get these
like
abilities.
the intercession squads.
That's exactly right. Yeah, so you kind of, because that would be again, and because although
you know what they did get? Meat. Just as cool.
They did.
Just as cool. Meat tokens. Just as cool.
The bird was what I was going to go with.
Do they actually get meat tokens?
Yeah.
Yes, you still haven't watched the Bat Rep, you dirty rat. Yeah,
it's so bad.
They have.
I took your login details and I've just not used them. You were like, I'm going to give you my login details. Make sure you watch it so we've got something to talk about in the podcast. And I'm like, yes. And then I instantly went and watched everything else.
Everything but on purpose.
Everything but. I'm a hound. I'm sorry.
Tokens. So like you kill someone and it drops a meat token and you got to collect it or something. And also there's just meat as equipment that you just eat and it heals you. So just as cool as what Rhys was saying, if not cooler.
Everyone should get that.
Meat.
Like jerky or something. Just
Yeah.
Healing jerky.
Popeyes. Yeah. Yeah, man. Bit of seaweed, not seaweed. Spinach. Not seaweed. Why did I think it was seaweed?
Well, he's a sailor.
He is a sailor again. That's what I was thinking.
That's fine. I get it.
Sailing through, just like the Space Hulks are sailing through the Gallow Dark.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. Anyway, so cool stuff, huh?
What does it mean when it falls? What do we think it means when? Does this mean it's going to hit a planet and then it's going to be half Space Hulk, half planet? As well.
I think it's going to be
indoor, outdoor.
You know what would be cool?
Planet.
I think it'd be cool if there was like a leader, like the king of the Gallow Dark, and it's like
king of Gallow,
like a Thunder
Gallow
Warrior
king.
That's managed to take over. He's escaped it, and he's got and he's like, this Thunder Warrior is the king of Gallow Dark, and Gallow Fall is when he loses his crown and someone else takes over. Like if they're gonna do weird teams, they need to lean into it and be like, that would
be dope.
This is your
super dope.
the king of the Gallows.
Imagine rogue Thunder Warriors. Oh,
absolutely dope.
With tiny little legs and the big arms, like they're meant to be. Because they're meant to be like, I remember they were meant to be like techno barbarians, like built like that. So they're all like big arms and no legs. And he was like, I think I've got the design slightly wrong. And then he redid it, but they're all like, but like tiny little.
At least Ben wouldn't have to make top knots for them because they BYO.
Because BYOTK,
yeah, exactly. Or you just see Ben's just added a second one, just slightly like
just two on the shoulders.
Yeah, boom, pigtails. Yeah,
I'm like that's pigtails.
Yeah,
top knots. The deuce.
Yeah.
Now, one thing where we've got going at the moment, time's ticking away. This is very serious, obviously. Wow. We're talking about the Intercession Squad Challenge, which is going to take us to our next segment. We're not there yet. We're not yet next to the fan favorite segment just yet. But have you guys made any progress with your teams so far? How does it go? I mean, Ben, you cheated. So, Russ, we'll start with you.
Yes. I'll accept it.
Isn't Ben the guy who started the challenge and then revealed like minutes afterwards that he'd completed said challenge? Like, I feel that's suspicious. Like, Ben's like, well, I've just made this absolutely amazing looking Salamanders team for the intercession. Hang on. Let's check. So that was a bit sly. Sly. I've gone full cheat mode. I have full cheated. Not cheated. I meant cheap. I've cheaped out. I didn't want to buy any new.
You
not
outsourced.
that I wanted there.
You had your people.
I got Ben's people to do it for me, and they sabotaged me. I didn't want to
with Ben stuff, so they had.
They've got the free time. I was like, "Come on, guys, you're not doing anything anymore, are you?" I didn't want to buy any more minis. No, I mean, I got so many, but I was like, I really don't want to have to buy anything. Even though, to be fair, the Intercessor squad is such a good box. Like Primaris, it's such a good box. Like I love all the sculpts for the heads are just amazing. So I was really tempted. And I was like, no, I resisted the urge. So I've been cobbling mine together, but I've managed to get 6 cobbled together. I'm actually quite excited about painting them because it's not a scheme. Because I realized afterwards that it's the Legions of Russ theme. Invictus, no. Anyway, it's the purple theme with the black arms.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember the name of my team either.
I've got him somewhere.
I forgot since last week.
The name of my team is burned into my freaking brain.
So it's the Flaming Eggles, isn't it, Rhys? The Flaming Eggles.
I think that's what we landed with that.
I love the idea of you going, something's got to go with Eggles. Something's got to go with Eggles.
It's like a big question mark.
Yeah.
What is
the only thing I'm 100% sure on is Eggles.
Eggles.
That's it.
I felt like a madman with like red string all on the wall, and I was like, it's Eggles. It's coming back to Eggles.
The galactic
Everything is
Eggles.
Damn it. Your sergeant, by the way. Russ, your sergeant is just absolutely dope. With that, is it a Plague Marines?
Yeah,
he's doing the Spirit Bomb. Fist?
Yeah, he's got the Death Guard Power Fist, and he's doing a classic Spirit Bomb, and he's kind of being the classic "you there," and I've got him here actually.
Come get this fist, boy.
Yeah, come get this fist, son. Oh, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, I love
this. Is professional.
This is not.
For those listening, that paper is a bad.
I think I can take out your social security number on that.
No, there's no money in that account. It's fine.
I'm a big fan of the arrow that's janked into him. That's my favorite.
Really lovely.
And I sent it.
This won't show. I'm going to do it.
I sent it to you when you showed it. It made me think of that poor armsman in that image where he's got like that arrow through his eye slot, but he's still kind of.
We both got the same thing.
Yeah. It was like, guys, something's happened. Something's happened. Like he's not quite down yet. He's still like,
it's an awkward pose, isn't it? It's just like.
I think they drew the arrow on afterwards, didn't they? It was just like, he's fine. Put an arrow in it. He's not reacting like he's been shot.
Yeah.
Is there something on
we get some eyes on this?
Have you guys ever played the PC game Mordheim?
No, but
it's amazing. Basically, you shoot people with arrows, and the arrows stay in them regardless. So if you shoot someone through the eye, they'll wander around and they'll have an arrow just stuck out the eye, and they'll be like attacking you, and just like arrows, that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me. I mean, I love that game, but that's what it reminded me. So I had a fluff for the arrow, and I've completely retconned it now from what you guys said, which was like, "Oh, is that crew arrows?" And I was like, it is now.
Yes.
But it was going to be because I think my Legions of Russ, the chapter was like, they went through the warp, they got corrupted. So I was going to be like, they were trapped in the warp, they went corrupted, they've been battling through time with warp shenanigans.
Evil Dead
scrapping
situation.
that. Yeah, Evil Dead. I like Evil Dead. Scrapping that, it's just going to be crew arrows.
Yeah,
Because it just
that's
makes
way
sense.
cooler.
It just makes
That's way
sense and it's
cooler.
better. So that's me. How about you, Rhys? I forget which one you had, but I know the color scheme.
Yes, I literally the name eludes me, but they're silver with they look very Astral Claws because that's what the Astral Claws. I think it's
Angels
something
of
of
Iron.
iron.
Angels of Iron.
Angels of Iron is what it is. The Angels of
Angels.
Iron. The big thing I took out of like reading through the lore and having a bit of a look was that they're all about like lots of what are they called the seals the purity seals. So I've just literally been scouring my bits box for like purity seals. Even, like the little tabards that are like the parchment. Yep. So I want to do a lot of that. And I want to try and do a lot of like little, like even like their armor's been written on.
Good word bearers. That's what they were.
Yeah, and even I'm thinking even maybe using some if I can find them some of the Deathwatch arms because they've got like the text sort of built into them. So a lot of the arms that have little things. All their weapons have words on them as well, right? And they'll be bearing said words. If you can
get the transfers for the word bearers, they have transfers with like tiny writing. Really? So you could try and and no one's going to read it and be like, actually. That's heresy, but I think you'd be fine. No one's gonna be like super. That's actually incorrect. Sorry. I think you'd be okay with it. Yeah,
I'm coming for you. If that happens,
someone looks at it and goes, I mean, this is clearly heretical script. So shit.
If I get purged by fire. But yeah, I went the other route of a little bit because I'm in the weird spot because I've been playing Big Daddy 40k bit. I had actually painted up all my intercessors, which is crazy talk. I know, naughty.
Whoa, which is crazy. Painted them all.
Yeah, I thought I had
what are
billions.
You?
I know, a madman, obviously. Oh my. But yeah, so I didn't have any lying around, so I had to be a GW shill and get a new box.
Wow.
And then,
it is a good box though.
It is. Please, and for the intercessors, I had the Imperium little subscription thing.
Yeah.
I'd been doing that because it's actually pretty cheap and it's helping me grow my Space Marine army. I've got a friend who plays Necron, so handball to him. So it's a good little deal. So I had 3 of the easy to build or the start collecting ones from that. Nice. So that'll be my intercessors. So I'm thinking if I jam those kits, go to the bits box, add some Deathwatch, some purity seals, some scripture, and maybe now I'm going to look into those transfers. You really got my thinking too, because I reckon even maybe could even be some Sisters of Battle ones or something, or I don't know. Yeah, it's got me thinking to go through all my transfers because I've got a pile. Because it's always the last thing I do if I ever get around to doing it. Because I love it, but it's a time consuming process for what it is. That's where I'm at. But I've just moved house, so my life is disarray right now. So this is the real world. Ben, take us through yours.
Well, I have a full Salamanders roster built.
What?
And I am working on green stuff right now.
Aren't you meant to be doing Flame Eagles, Ben?
Yeah, that's a different team.
I will have to work something out because like you. No, I have to. I will do something. Flame Eagles. I'll have to work it out. I'll have to make a second team or something. Yeah. But I had it in my brain to do Salamanders, and then I did Salamanders, and then Rhys was like, "Hey guys, this would be a great idea to really tie everything together and really bring the community together. What if we do Legions of Russ chapters?" And I was dying on the inside. I was like, "Oh no, guys!" Yeah. So my Salamanders are done, minus sculpting the dragon scales and stuff like that.
So
but I got
have these pictures gone on Instagram?
Not yet.
Yeah. Oh, because I feel privileged here. We've seen some pictures and they are looking, if I can borrow a phrase, schmick.
Ooh.
They're looking.
Schmick.
They are 14 on the Kev scale. This
Oh, wow.
is
Thank
they.
you,
I
sir.
mean,
Thank
honestly, they look like, you know, when you look at Instagram of people you actually like look up to, and you're like, damn, this is good. I saw it. I was like, has he stolen this image from someone good? And then I came to this realization. I was like, I think
that's
Ben's
a little bit
just
backhanded,
good.
but that's also very sweet.
Well, that's what I was just like, you know, I think Ben's just actually really good now. And I'm just like,
Oh, wow.
shit,
Thank you,
this
man.
is like, it was like really, I was like, that flame work is, I'm hoping we're going to
Thanks, man. Thank
see,
you.
like personally, I want to see a video on your flame after this comes
really
out, because I'm hoping that comes out. If not, can I request it for the community? Because it looks really good. Like, the community won't have seen this, or maybe they will have by the time this comes out. But it's worth it. You should have a look, because it is so good. And I think we should rally Ben for a video on flames, please.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
No pressure, but it's official.
The by Monday. By Monday.
On the desk.
Yeah, thank you guys. That's really sweet. I'm really happy with the green stuff work. It's just, you know, it takes a lot of sucking, and it's until you get there.
Like, wait, is this still green stuff?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Green stuff. Yeah. Green stuff. Yeah. And so just, you know, suck until you don't, my life motto. And so this is the first time I've been happy with flames, because I've done so many just flames that look like garbage. And but with the flame theme, I'm thinking, okay, how can because flame eagles suck. They suck. And Russ picked a bad chapter, and whoever built that chapter is bad. And so they suck. So how can I make them suck less? I'll probably make them fire or something. To give a shout out, the winner of the last #intercessor whatever challenge we're doing, who won the Phobos with his, help me, Alpha Legion.
Alpha Legion, yeah.
He's doing Legion of the Damned, and oh my god,
I've seen them. Very good. Dry brush, Threepwood? No.
Squat bench dry brush.
Squat bench dry brush. Yeah, I'm thinking Monkey Island.
But I did love that. But I'm going to take that name because that was fantastic.
That was good. That was a good one. Off the dome, yeah. And so, but his flames look amazing.
Yes, they look very good.
Yeah, speaking of flames, so I my salamanders are done. I got a game in with them last night. By the way.
Oh, nice.
Wait, they're painted as well.
No,
did you minus 10 points?
Yes, I can't even tell you guys how much I hate playing with unpainted models. Yeah. But I just wanted to get. I got to try out these chapter tactics.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Were they thematic? Did you go thematic, or did you play to win with your chapter tactics?
Power gaming.
I went. What did I go with? I went stealthy, so not very salamandery. And then I also went speedy, the 7-inch move. Yeah, speedy and stealthy. So
nice. Yeah, that makes sense.
And so just those retaining 2 saves or a crit save was just massive. I think that's
Who did you play against? How did they perform?
I went into Vet Guard, and by turn tabled by the end of turn 3.
You were, or Vet Guard were?
I tabled. I'm not that great a player, but I tabled Vet Guard by turn 3.
Wow.
There you go.
I think people just don't expect how tanky and powerful like the intercessors are. Like my intercessor, assault intercessors, like turn 2 charged up a building because the 7-inch move and killed a grenade launcher and a plasma. And so it's like
the big guns.
So
you just took the teeth out of them.
Yeah. So I really like them. I'm like super excited. And the people in the Battle Brothers server in the Intercessor Challenge channel are killing it. There's just so many cool projects people are working on.
I've seen a couple of
can't wait.
Like some channels jumping on. I saw Manning, Philip from Manning the Fort did this epic narrative video.
That was so cool. Yeah.
So cool.
We have the Grimdark
Gamers. I saw both of them.
Both of them
are doing. What are they doing? I know it's Ultramarines, and is it Black Templars?
Black Templar. Yep.
Those guys are crazy good painters.
Phil is doing, what is it, the Last Wall protocol?
The Last Wall.
So it's like
a Souls Drinkers.
Crimson Fist. Very cool.
I love
those
guys.
I twisted his arm. I'm like, please do Celestial Lines, or I'll I'll decide.
Or I'll kill you. Or I'll kill you.
Kill you.
Yeah. I'm passionate. I'm a passionate guy. Okay.
I kill cats. He kills humans. We all, it's
we got our foibles. We got our things.
Yeah.
I believe that's what the headline said when they were taking you away. Passionate man wanted in connection with.
What are you gonna do?
Worldwide threat ring.
Who else do we have, guys? We have another channel who has jumped on board, and it's like a big dog channel, like a 50K channel who's doing the challenge with us. Yeah, man, we are moving up in the world.
We don't know anyone that popular.
No, it's probably just like charity.
Is it your own channel again, Ben? Is this a plug?
No, miniature hobbyist.
Oh, is that the beard?
Yep. Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
and so
welcome.
very cool.
Thank you so much for getting involved.
And so cool to see everybody jumping on. It just makes your heart feel good. Makes my hobby heart feel good.
Yeah.
One thing I've been really digging, and I make sure everyone does it, because obviously there's Ben's Discord. So if you're not on the Battle Brothers Tabletop Discord, make sure you do, because there's an entire channel dedicated to this challenge. Everyone's sharing. Yep. But even on Instagram as well, don't be afraid. Tag myself, Threes to Wound, Ben, Battle Brothers Tabletop, and Russ at GFN, because, we want to share your stuff. Sorry?
No.
Fine. I'll carry on then.
I had a rehearsed joke that I fumbled again. Sorry.
Oh, man. You're having a rough day.
Second one of the day.
There's nothing better than a rehearsed joke. Let's be fair. There's nothing better.
But make sure you post when you do post your pictures and your progress stuff. Yeah, make sure you tag us, because we will share it. We'll get it out there, because that's one of my favorite parts is seeing everyone getting all that stuff out there, and I'm always really impressed with what everyone's coming up with. So make sure, don't be shy, tag us away, because also we obviously at the end of all this we want to be able to go through and review them. So even if you're not on Discord, you can send us those photos or tag us in those photos on our Instagram as well. So more than one way to get involved. So please do. Yeah. Anyway, back to Ben fumbling jokes. I just pictured Ben like leaving the room and yelling at his writing team like it was their fault. Yes, you give me this trash. It's never gonna work.
Losers. He's like, it's time for some punches. Yeah.
He takes out his earpiece. Never mind. I'll think of them myself.
Hold on, guys. Yeah, it's just a writing. Yeah.
We just see like a hand come in with a bit of paper, and he's like, and this is illegible, Terrence. Throws it down. Get out of here.
That's what she said.
I can't work with this material.
Speaking of illegible and not funny.
Oh,
shall we move into Legions of Russ?
Let's do it, baby.
Good luck to us. We'll only say this once. It's finally time for Legions of Russ.
Good luck to us. Only say this once. It's finally time for Legions of Russ. Nailed it.
Well, I am aroused.
Wow. Oh no! You know what? This mouse of mine's going crazy.
It gets. This is where the show gets real serious around this time, and maybe it's just
does.
Me.
It's just really you can feel it's like okay, it's like time to simmer down and like turn on the brain here.
We need to dim the lights a bit, and we need some like that like millionaire music bubbling underneath, like
like into like a low like piano note. Yeah.
I have my notepads and I haven't unpacked my notepad. I'm not going to be able to take my notes.
I mean, should we just announce that Ben's won this one then, shall we? I mean, should we just if it's going to be like this? Let's be fair.
So it's 3-1 or 3-2? I've got 2.
You got 2. I got 2.
It's 3-2.
I got 1 last week. 3-2. Okay, so it's not.
You got 1 last week. It's not insurmountable.
No, good.
Yeah, and we're doing very close.
We're doing double points if
yes.
Oh, so Russ, for those the first timers, welcome to the show. Take us through the rules.
You've stolen the intro there, Rhys.
Welcome to Legions of Russ, everybody.
Welcome to
me walking out. So welcome everyone to Legions of Russ. If you don't know Legions of Russ, basically we're going through the chapters of Space Marines, and we're going to do a tedious link style riddle / clue. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but that is the point. Each contestant, currently we only have the two, will be guessing. If you can guess without needing any hints, you can get 2. I was going to say 2 victory points. I went straight into a battle report there. 2 victory points. It's the same, Mike. I'm just in the zone. You get 2 points, not victory points, 2 points towards your score. If you can guess it without getting any hints. If you need a hint, we reset and you go to 1 point. Rhys really needs this. He is 1 point behind, so a win at 2 points could take him ahead. I have got, I think, the easiest one as our second number 2 to really, like, I hate to say it, Ben, but you might have to defend here. It's because it's not, it's just a different one. It's a lot shorter and it's a lot more snappy. So the first one is a classic El Clasico Legions of Russica.
Okay.
So you know where you stand, belt and braces, it's the classic. Whereas the new one's slightly different. I feel bad because I've also picked what I think is a great paint scheme for these.
Screw
these
you,
two.
Russ.
Yeah.
Of course you did it now.
You know what? I'm going to reset now.
This one, the gimme is salamanders, right? The second one is just salamanders.
I just go.
What a baller move! What a baller move! If you would have just dropped salamanders this week,
Space Wolves,
so good. Please do it.
Okay, so
all right, let's go.
As always, if you're watching, not watching, you might be, but
you could be.
Could be. Hey, if you're watching, you do you. YOLO, as they say, for some reason. So if you're listening and you want to guess, shout your name out. Same goes for you two guys. You shout your name out, and that's the only way we're going to count a guess. If you're following along in the comments, by all means, guess in the comments. You can't shout, but guess. Don't cheat. Ben will know, and Rhys will know, and he'll have you killed by all accounts. He's that kind of guy.
I sure will.
Yeah. Is everyone ready? Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. Ready. Let's do it.
Right. Okay. So, number 1. And the lights have dimmed. I'm taking the voice down to a nice soothing voice. So, okay. I'm going to start. I'm going to have to need to scroll along at some point.
I love how he does this every week to us. All right, guys, let's begin.
And then I take another 20 minutes.
And then he starts another bit.
I feel like it's going to go to a commercial break. All right. And we will do the first question just after this.
Right after our sponsors.
Getting in real close. Now, okay, we're going to start now. This is round 5, number 1. Okay. I always find it so awkward to start. That's why it takes so long.
I feel like this is slowing it down.
So I'm just going to go straight into it. A single letter gangster that's getting a bit long in the tooth builds a small pillow fort and engages in some small scale swindling minus the T as he pulls the old ET move, except he has no home. Sorry. It sounds so weird. When you catch yourself saying something and I'm just like, this entire thing is just madness. But
is it the first time you read them out, like out loud?
Yes,
when you're on the show. I feel like it is.
I've ever read them. So this morning I came up and I was like, after I came back from the walk, I was like, I need to come up with some Legions of Russ. We're doing a podcast tonight. And I found, and I wrote them out and I was like, that'll be it. I'll read them. And it's the first time I've read them out loud and they just sound nuts. Yeah, so let's go again. So this one, a single letter gangster. This is part of the first word. So it's a single letter gangster. That's the first bit. That's getting a bit long in the tooth. That is the second part of the first word. This is all still the first word. Builds a small pillow fort. So those 3 clues make the first word. A single letter gangster that's getting a bit long in the tooth builds a small pillow fort. So that is word 1.
Sure it is.
So he thinks he might have something. Ben thinks he's got something.
Oh, no. I've never had anything less in my life.
And then the
I
second...
have those little characters in my head, the black and white cartoon, that are just like doing a jig. And, and that's it. That's all that's happening.
It's like guys on the railway that's doing the bump.
and they're never getting anywhere. It's just
when I have those moments, it's that rooster from Robin Hood. Bow, 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 doing that walk. Bow, 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 bow. I love that dude. Okay, so that's part one. Part two, or word two, straight back in, harsh cut. Word two is engaging in some small-scale swindling minus the T. And then so it's two words, and this is the first part of the second word, and then the last bit, as he pulls the old E.T. move, except he has no home. And that makes the second word. So there's only two words you're looking for, and it's single letter gangster that's getting a bit long in the tooth, builds a small pillow fort, ka-chow, and then it is engaging in some small scale swindling minus the T as he pulls the old E.T. move, except he has no home, kapow, and that's your second word. So they're your two. So guess at home, pause it, have a little think.
Your name is your buzzer. Don't forget, your name is your buzzer.
I know technically we'll have your comment will be next to your name, but I still think start it with your name. Why not? Put it in there and then guess. So have you got any ideas so far, guys? Is anyone risking it for the brisket and going for 2 points?
I
Rhys,
usually... I usually have at least an inkling, like Eggles. I got nothing. This is the first one.
Wow.
I was going to say, Rhys, level with me here, brother. Do you have anything? Because I'm so lost. I've never been more lost in this game.
Yeah, this is the hardest one you've done.
So the number two is going to be an easy one, but number one, we'll break it down. So I'm going to help you out with the first bit, and hopefully that'll help you out. So a single letter gangster. I'm just going to give you. You might say to someone, that guy's a real O.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I got.
Okay, so that's not even helping you out.
Yeah,
okay,
that helped me.
Okay, there you go. So what are you if you're getting a bit long in the tooth? Think Space Wolves.
Oh, I got it.
And then and then the second part of that is builds a small pillow fort.
Yeah, I know the first word.
Oh, Ben, sunshine, you might be pulling up.
I might have the first word too.
Okay. So let's move on and then break down the second word. So I think the second word is maybe where we're collectively stuck on. So he engages in some small scale swindling minus the T. So someone who a small scale swindle is basically the word you're looking for. So you would do this to someone. You might be referred to as a something. You're this. I'm just going. But you're like a thing. This is the kind of person you are, and you engage in these kind of not swindles or scams, but another word for swindle or scam. And then the second half of the clue is minus the T. So you know there's a T in it. That was a little clue. Now you know there's a T in it. Throw that T away. Take that T, you drink it, it's gone. Back into the bay. Yeah? It's gone. And then, if that maybe helps you out, probably doesn't, but the second part is as he pulls the old E.T. move. So, what's E.T.'s famous move?
Is it the finger? Or he jumps?
No, like his quote. Let's say his quote.
Right. Well, don't say it then. Don't say it because I know it. I don't want him to know it.
Except he has no home. No home. So that bit's not in it. But the other bit is. What does he tell Elliot to do?
Oh, Rhys.
Oh? Is this going to be a guess?
Yeah, this is a guess. Is it the Golden Griffins?
Yes, he's got it.
Wow.
What a legend.
Wow.
What a legend to the fans.
What a legend. He is now, Ben, I'm not just, he has now tied up the scores.
I had gold, I had grift. I was like,
yes.
That's all I had.
It was the ET clarification. The moment it was the phone home, phone lose home, phone Griffon. And I was like, golden phone. Hello. It's the Griffins.
Nice.
There it is.
Yeah. That's good, man.
It was the Griff that was hard to get, but that was the one that was.
Yeah.
That was. Man. Woo! Feel good.
Well, unfortunately, the Golden Griffins is one of those chapters. I mean, it's a cool color scheme, but the Golden Griffins is a loyalist Codex Astartes compliant chapter of Space Marines of unknown founding and origin. Nothing else is currently known about them in Imperial records. It's your classic. However, they wear, as you might imagine, golden power armor, and they've got a black squad specialty symbol, and they're like their logo. So basically, it's black and gold, and they've got quite a cool, as kind of like a griffin on their shoulder as their pauldron as their kind of chapter icon. But yeah, it's a very cool looking power, kind of Custodes-esque, but the black trim makes it look pretty funky.
Yeah, I like that. Like close to the lions. It's close to my heart. I like that.
Kind of close to these celestial lions.
Yeah, kudos. Good one.
That was
Ben.
Can't even be mad at that. Can't be mad at that one.
Yeah.
So
he's pulled it back.
So now we're even. Now it's a tie game, brother.
Game, but unfortunately.
And now here's the thing. This next one might put one of us 2 up.
And he said it's an easier one.
This is the easiest Legions of Russ.
Rhys Salamanders.
2 points to Rhys. Oh my
good God almighty.
Damn it.
Oh my good God.
Can you imagine? That'd be awesome. Okay. Roll the sweet, sweet intro.
Good luck to us. We'll only say this once. It's finally time for Legions of Russ.
Right. I'm just going to cut through all of us doing this. I'm probably not. It's me editing, isn't it? I'm definitely going to leave it in.
20 minutes of it.
I'm just saying that to let your guard down so I can put some horrendous stuff in like Ben did to me.
That clip we need. We need the clip.
I'm going to put it in. Just going to put it in. I'm not going to do it again. We've got to quit. Okay, so we're in the second Legions of Russ. Rhys, Ben, it is even. 3 apiece. You know what, Rhys? If you get this one and get 2 ahead, that means that even if we added in the games you were not present for, you would still be tying.
And you still wouldn't be ahead.
You still wouldn't be ahead. As I was saying that, I was like...
You're not beating me, just to be clear.
But we don't count those games.
No,
what about the practice? What about the practice one too?
Then you'd be 1 ahead. Because Rhys got dictators back in the day, I believe.
Damn right I did.
Damn right he did. Okay, so.
All right, give it to us.
Okay, this one is a short one. Yeah, after this.
Oh wait,
Russ's rant.
Pause.
Are we actually pausing? Oh, we are. Are you getting bigger glasses?
My computer's about to die. It wasn't plugged in. Give me 1 second.
Oh, really? You know what, Ben? If Ben forfeits, if Ben forfeits, 3 points to Rhys.
Default.
We're good.
I'm definitely keeping that in. Like the screen went all different colors there for a second. That was awesome.
Did it?
Yeah, it was cool. I was like, oh my God, Ben's gone. Okay.
Default.
He's back. Default. Right, we're back in it again. If you got that one last time, score yourselves appropriately. If you needed clues, if you didn't, give yourself clues. Send them in. You know what? I'd quite like guest scores and participants at home, so you can see how far ahead of Rhys you are. And Ben, let's not just pick on Rhys. Mainly Rhys though. Where are you in are you kindergarten Rhys, or you're like middle school with okay, so
we're on the Kev scale.
Legions, yeah. We're into round 5. Guess 2. Okay, so it's going to be a short one. Fingers on those buzzers. Main ambulatory limb isn't off during the not day. Main ambulatory limb isn't off during the not day?
Rhys.
Rhys?
Armingers.
No.
Hold on. I got to get my...
But because this has happened, Ben, free guess if you want it. Do you want to take a stab in the dark? Count a guess.
Can you give it to me one more time?
Main ambulatory limb isn't off during the not day. It's a bit nuts now I think about it. It's a weird one. I'm gonna have to count you down before Rhys can come back in again.
I mean, I have part of it.
Rhys, you're allowed to come back in now. I think.
Good. Okay, cool. I thought I'd nailed it too.
That'd be good. So, main ambulatory limb isn't off during the not day. I'm still going to say if you guess it at this point, you get the 2 points. I think it's out there. I think someone can sweep in and claim the 2 sweet victory points. So I don't want to give you too much, but let me know.
Can you give it to me? Can you give it to me slowly one more time?
Of course.
Can you give me the answer? Is what he's saying there.
I was going to say, are you going to discern some different type of meaning from me saying it once more, slightly slower?
I just need to hear it again.
Change your inflection.
Yeah. Do you want to do it in the Aussie, the class
Australian accent, please? Yes.
Mine ambulatory. No, this is terrible. No, this is terrible. Main ambulatory limb isn't off during the not day.
I don't have a good guess.
You don't have a good guess. So go into hint mode, taking us down to 1 point.
I mean, I know the back half.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that the first 2 bits it's 2 words. This is technically an abridging word, but we don't worry about them. So the first one is main ambulatory limb isn't off. That in itself, so main ambulatory limb is the first section of the first word. Isn't off is the second section of the first word. And then during the not day is the last part.
I've got the last part. It's the first. It's the start of the first word.
So so I'm guessing people are stuck on the ambulatory. So we're going to say amble. You would use this limb to amble or to, I mean, if I continue into a different word, it's just going to tell you what it is. Rhys.
Legion of Night.
Oh, Rhys gets it. Oh, my Lord.
Legion
Rhys
of
has
Night.
got it.
He's in the lead, baby. He's the new champion.
Yes, baby.
What's up, champ?
Wow.
What's up, champ? Champ and
this
new.
This is for everybody
and
who's
new.
ever been told you can't achieve what you wanted to achieve. You just gotta keep going.
I had leg and I had night, but I Legion, I would never have made the Legion gap ever.
Yeah. Do you know what it was that got me? The amble thing, it makes sense because leg, amble. For some reason, I went arm to start with because sometimes I walk on my knuckles. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
And I did I thought it was all one word. That's what led me to on jers. That was my mental leap. I was like on. And then I didn't put any actual logic into jers, but I was like, well, that's one word. I didn't realize that was 2. And once you said that, I was like, oh. I would love to.
Legion of Night.
Tell us about it. Tell us.
Yeah, tell us.
Well, they've got a little bit more to them. So they are a loyalist chapter again.
They're a Codex Astartes,
they are Codex Astartes compliant, of unknown origin and founding. Classic.
Classic Russ.
Classic Legions of Russ. The chapter hails from the world of Outrenacht or Outrenacht. The only fact known with any certainty about these Astartes is that the Legions of Night combat doctrine revolves around the use of tactical squads that utilize the chapter's large pool of armored transports. So they've got a big old garage, and they basically kick out a lot of armored transports. But yeah, they're deployed to do these like precision assaults, like surgical strikes. They've got a lot of razorbacks and rhinos. So they're quite this maneuverable, kind of like thinking White Scars, but obviously, yeah, it's slightly different. We don't know their founding chapter. Yeah, basically Night Scars.
What is their paint scheme?
It's quite cool. So it's again black. So it's basically reverse White Scars, which is why I kind of did the reverse. Like I kind of went for a reverse. The only time I put thought into Legion and Russ like isn't on. Legion, like isn't off or is on, and then of day, not of day. I was like, oh, because they're reverse White Scars, but still fast. So it's black, and they've got green trim, which I feel like we've seen before, like black with green trim, and they've got like yellow iconography, and their icon. It's interesting. It's basically that tattoo that everyone had, the star. Like if you were into,
right here on the shoulders,
if you were into punk music, you had these stars basically. But it's like it's got two little mini points in between it as well. So it's that classic. It's the punk star, and someone's put a little bit, not quite Star of David, but they've added 4 extra spikes. But it's all right. It's it's not bad. It's not the worst paint scheme, but it's not as good as the Golden Griffins. But cool. That is the Legions of Night, and well done to Rhys, who absolutely stormed both of them.
This ep, man.
2 for 2, and he's got himself and new champion.
The new champ. Gotta give it up.
Champ is here.
Give it up. Props.
The champ is here.
I'm going to have the best week until next week when Ben just absolutely towels me up and takes it.
I'll be like, all this week, just like reading through like old like codexes and just going to town. Yeah.
Turn up all frazzled because you've stayed up every night.
It's like
just gonna have them on the wall in front of him, in front of the podcast, all the different chapters
all over me. Wow. Yeah, like ranked by the weirdest categories possible. Just like, what would Russ think? Yeah,
just gonna cross off the ones we've had and just like a calendar, just like bingo card. Just we've done that one. These ones.
Yeah, lovely. Good work.
Don't look for method in Russ's madness.
You'll never find it there.
Foolish.
You won't find it there.
Foolish.
Yeah. Well, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Congrats to both of you. And I feel like I failed you both. And all of our listeners.
No, I feel that. I feel that as well.
I just want to apologize.
The next segment is Ben's public apology.
Yes.
The BPA. There's no music for that because he doesn't deserve it.
No, you have to earn the music, and I did not earn it. So I just want to say I want to take a moment and apologize to all the fans out there, everybody who's rooting for me.
Yeah.
Somebody just commented that I should buy a wrestler style belt and have it engraved like as the champion. And to that person specifically, I think your name was Joe. Joe, I just want to apologize. The camera right here,
Joe.
I just want to apologize directly to you, Joe. I know I've let you down, and
you know what, Joe, never meet your heroes. Never.
Disappointment. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, Joe, to you and your family and your children and your children's children. I apologize.
I just feel bad for him. You know what I mean?
Russ will never back down from a bit. I've never seen Russ back down from a bit one time. Oh my God, so good.
Oh, commitment.
Broke me there. Broke me. Oh, always just do a bit.
Joe, there's always room on my bandwagon, my friend. You're always welcome.
Yeah. Anyways, does this lead us to, now that I've failed, does this lead us to my segment now where I can
Ben's other segment?
Yes,
Make
it
up to us.
Yes. Oh, I wanted to have my guitar out here. I wanted to try and play it. I keep wanting to try and play it. Anyways, yes. Roll the theme.
What you got there, buddy? Let's take a look.
Don't be scared, it's just your new favorite book. Ben's Book Club.
Ben's Book Club. What you got there, buddy? Let's take a look.
Don't be scared. It's just your new favorite book.
The delay is so weird. Anyways, welcome to Ben's Book Club, the first real segment of this segment.
Of this podcast.
Yeah, the first real segment. Yeah, last one doesn't really count. Whatever. And so what we're gonna do is we are sort of in a similar vein. We all love so much the Kill Team Casuals hobby challenges that we do, and so we're gonna do something a little bit similar with our book club. And so this is, I guess, my picks, but also very open to suggestions, guys. But I figured we'd start off with one of my favorites, and it is Brothers of the Snake by Dan Abnett. Possibly, I mean, you got Dan Abnett and you got ADB, right? Those are the kind of your two gold standards for Warhammer books. Rhys, you have read Brothers of the Snake and said that you hated it. So I'm sorry that you're going to have to reread it again because you hate Dan Abnett and all his work is what you told me privately.
Everything about him as a person.
Yeah.
Him. Yeah. I mean, I tore down the shrine that I had to him because I love. Yeah,
because you met your hero and he was disappointing like me, right?
Yeah, just stabbed me in the eye with the corner of one of his books. It was a hard time in my life. No, I love him. He's a hero.
Yeah, he's great. And so this book is about an Ultramarine successor chapter, but it's actually really cool. I know people dunk on Ultramarines. Ultramarines are fine, man, and they're very cool. They're what a Space Marine should be. Like, they're cool. People need to, like, the memes or whatever. Anyways, a really cool about the Iron Snakes. It's about is it Damocles Squad, I believe.
Yep, Damocles Squad. Yep.
Damocles Squad. Yeah,
cool name.
And it's very cool, and it's a really good book about this. Like I said, Ultramarine successor chapter. They have really cool chapter like rituals and stuff like that, and it's just really interesting. It's about a Space Marine and a woman and a dog just go and save the world and fight Eldar. And
sounded like a joke you were going to tell them.
Hey, a Space Marine, a woman, and a dog walk into a bar. Yeah,
it's called The Wizard of Snakes. It's a wonderful tale.
Yeah, but it's one of my favorite. It's hard to find a good Loyalist Space Marine book. And I think this is really one of the great ones that not a lot of people know about. And so we're going to all start reading it. When do you guys want to start? Like this week? When do you guys want to start?
Well, I've only just mastered 1 to 5, so give me a little bit of time. Please. You're going to automatically just learn how to read. It's not that easy, Ben. Yeah. Not that easy, buddy.
Well, hey, listen, I'll give you my Audible password. How about that?
Okay, that's done.
Yeah.
He'll use that like the Warhammer Plus one. It'll be fine.
I'll read every single book but that one, yeah.
Use all my credits on books that are not Iron Brothers of the Snake. Yeah. So it's a great book. I think we'll all enjoy it. I guess we don't have a timeline on when we'll get closer as we maybe see how far but we'll check back in where we're at, where we're reading. We don't want to spoil anything. But it's a great book, a good read, and you can find it on Audible, which is convenient if you have that, or probably on the internet somewhere. You might be able to just find it somewhere on the internet.
Wink.
But it's a great book. Yeah, wink and nod. And Rhys, do you have anything to say about this book?
I dig it. I think it's cool. It's kind of interesting. I didn't think about this until you were just talking about it, but they're about what differentiates them from the Ultramarines. But I love it. It's very tied in very heavily with I guess a lot of Greek mythology or ancient Greece.
Yes.
A lot of the tie-ins, like the name Damocles. I think their planet's called Ithaca, which is
Ithaca.
Cool. Yeah, where Odysseus is famously from. So there's really cool. It's good because the tie-ins are there, but it's not on the nose. It's not oppressive. It adds flavor without being like, oh, they're space Vikings. I get it. Yeah. It's like sometimes other books can lean into it a bit too heavily. It adds flavor, and they're renowned sailors kind of thing. So I'm a bit of a history nerd with all the ancient Greek times and mythology. I love all that. So that's another little layer for me of why I think it's a really good book. So I'm actually haven't read it in a long while. I'm looking forward to going through it again. I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, I'm the only of the triumvirate I'm the only one who hasn't read it. So I mean, I'm kind of looking for. I mean, I love ancient Greece and stuff like that. So I didn't know it was any sort of links to that. When you said Damocles, I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, no, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've had a couple of people suggest stuff. So I had like the Red Rising series, but I'm kind of keen to. I have no idea. Apparently, it's very good though. But I'm kind of keen to try something that I've never heard of. And this sounds cool. And I do quite like the Ultramarines. I know it's bad, but like I think anyone who says they don't like Ultramarines hasn't painted a squad of Ultramarines. It's so to just paint them and give them life and then just be like, they are cool. They're all kind of cool.
People need to chill.
Yeah. I mean, Robo Gilman's a little bit like, I get it, but there's some cool. Even he has some cool bits in the Heresy. I don't know how much he's. I don't know how he's great in 40K or anything, but in the Heresy, he's got his moments.
And even in like modern day, like he's here he is, and everything that he built is like in his mind, like the Heresy won, right? Because like they like everything that the Emperor worked towards is now. So it's an interesting character, man. Their Ultramarines are cool. And this book will help you like them because there's so much cool, like you talked about, Rhys, so much flavor, like even to the way, like, you know, okay, it's time for battle. Who gets to go into battle? There's cool, like there's really, really interesting, cool stuff. And there's a bunch of cool big battles and just big old boys fighting and really cool. Love it.
Yeah.
I guess sorry.
No, go for it, Rhys.
Oh, I was just going to say one of the things I think that's really, really cool is the Dan Abnett does well is he makes you care about all the characters and even the human characters in this too.
Yeah.
Like, they don't feel like tacked on or extra. And that's why I've always loved like things like the Gaunt's Ghost series and that sort of stuff is that, when things happen to characters, like, I don't know what his secret is or how he does it, but you genuinely relate to the characters and you, if when things happen to them, you kind of ride the roller coaster with them, which is, what I think is in this book is definitely something that definitely happens as well.
Yeah.
Nice,
love
man.
it. I think you're going to like it, Russ. I think you're really going to like it.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed your recommendations, Russ. So I hope, wouldn't it be great if you just hated this book? I would love that. I think more than anything, if you just really hated it.
I mean, it'd be good for the book club to come in and be like, this was hot trash. This was rubbish. But I do like Dan Abnett. He is very good. Yeah. I don't think I've disliked a kind of Warhammer book that he's written. So I'm sure it'd be great. But I guess as we continue, we'll just see how we're going, and then we can either do an update or if we all finish the book. I guess we can't really. I guess we're the book club and everyone else is joining in because we won't be able to. We won't be able to be like everyone finished by this date because we don't know when we're going to finish it. Well,
you can chew through a book in like 3 or 4 hobby sessions, depending.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's why I tend to have it going when I'm in the. When I'm obviously not listening to the greatest podcast hosted in 3 different time zones. Obviously,
be careful.
The Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah.
Russ, I didn't want to alarm you too. Just a quick heads up on this book. Revan isn't in it. Okay, he's not going to turn up. He's at no point.
So exactly the same as the Revan trilogy then.
Yeah, but just don't wait for him.
I'm taking a moment for a Russ rant here. So I started reading. It's still
Russ
book club.
Russ rant.
Play the intro.
Little sweeping solo. Anyway, the Russ rant is I've been reading the Revan trilogy. What? Well, I think this is where someone's going, hang on a second, there isn't a Revan trilogy. Yes, but I did not know that when I started reading the Revan trilogy, because I swear I looked it up on Google and it was like, this is the trilogy, and it started with the books and it started with Revan. So I read that one. Apparently now, having researched it a little bit more, I've read what I thought was the second book all the way to the end upon realizing Revan's not in it and not at all referenced, apart from his son, like I think is randomly in it. But that's it. So I read the entire thing and I came to the end of it. I was like, he's not in it. And it turns out there's not a trilogy. There is one book. And out of the trilogy, I read the last one, which I started on the last one. And then I went back to the second one. And apparently it ramps up to Revan being in it. So Russ ran over.
Russ ran.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil. When I was editing the podcast where you were first talking about that, and I was like Googling like the trilogy, and like
he knew the whole time.
You snake!
You knew the whole time.
Snake!
You grifter!
I was just like, and I'm like, what book? And that's why if you go back now, this is like a treat when you go back. There's just one book. It's the picture that I use because there's only one book.
Hold on. Russ, I think we know what we have to do.
I'm taking the scores back.
For a moment.
Yeah,
we have to go off
let's
air
just go
for a
off
moment.
air, yeah. And we're back. I'm sorry, Rhys. I said some things that were probably not legal in Oz, but I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what else I could say.
I feel betrayed.
Yeah.
I really feel like you betrayed
Genuinely.
the trust of the Kill Team Casual podcast, the Triumvirate, the Trinity. I feel betrayed and hurt. I'm hurt on behalf of Russ. I'm angry for Russ.
I appreciate that to an amazing degree. Rhys, is there anything you want to say?
I've experienced the highs and the lows today, guys, of being the champion of Legions of Russ to now I'm in Russ's doghouse, which actually, now I say that's also got its own intro. If we can just quickly play the Russ's doghouse intro.
Welcome to the house.
I would wholeheartedly like to apologize. I said I wasn't sure. I'm just saying I was having a lot of trouble finding this trilogy that Russ was so heavily invested in.
Look at him dialing back
there
on
definitely
this.
seemed to be a lot of books.
I'm pretty sure there's just the one book. And I know you were only a couple of hours into that book talking about how much you were looking forward to reading about Revan, Russ, and I could have told you then, but instead, here we are.
Oh, this podcast really, it took an hour and a half, but we really finally climaxed. Our comedy climax here.
Shit, that's peak.
Oh,
all right. Well,
God.
Look, that is a fantastic jumping off point because I need to let Russ cool off and Ben cool off. Some things were said. I'm going to dig myself out of this hole.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some lewd condom finger messages sent to me. We've covered a lot of ground today. I'm going to go get my belt made. I'm going to go talk to Joe about what we're going to do with that. So much happened. As always, thanks for listening. If you're not, make sure you
got this far. Yeah.
If you got this far, well done.
Well done for you. I mean, bless you if you got this far. Honestly,
for punishment.
Comment something. What can they comment if they got this far? Leave a comment.
Fin in capital letters.
Yes.
Oh, right. Finn. If you got to this point, please message Finn just so we can. Maybe we should like their name should just roll in the credits as like true heroes,
people who
survivors of episode 7,
survivors of the Long War. Yeah,
veteran. If you got it, put in Finn, and at the end of the episode, whenever the next one is, we're going to have Veterans of the Long War and your names will show up.
Or is it Long Podcast? Veterans of the Long Podcast.
Veterans of the Long Pod.
Veterans of the Long Pod.
And
I like it.
And then pause. Sorry, I don't have to cut this out. Do we have a 5-star review?
It's going to be bad because I don't think we do.
No, I haven't actually seen them.
We have got some reviews.
Here we go. And as to fulfill our promise, there's been a lot of highs and lows, but let's end on a high note. I want to thank Miniature Geek for a 5-star review. And it says, these guys make me want to play more Kill Team. They aren't breaking down Kill Team into just a bunch of math and stats. That's right. We couldn't if we tried.
We couldn't try.
They talk about it as a hobby, from how they go about creating their teams to what they decide to kit bash. If you're a war gamer, even if you don't currently play Kill Team, their conversations are a pleasure to listen to. Debatable. Also, if you are up to date on your Space Marine / Chaos Space Marine lore, you will get a kick out of Legions of Russ. Technically, this scale doesn't accurately show how awesome the podcast is. This show is easily 12 out of 14 Kevins.
Oh,
this guy.
It's on the Kevin scale.
Thank you, Miniature Geek. Thank you, Miniature Geek.
Thank you, Miniature Geek.
True hero.
We appreciate you. True hero of the
Another veteran of the Long Pod there. A veteran of the Long Cast.
Veteran of the Long Pod. That is. Veterans of the Long Cast. I like that. That's good
too. Pretty good.
Oh, we're getting there. We're somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, as Ben's just demonstrated, if you too would like your 5-star review read out live, and by live I mean we do it when we record it and then it comes out later.
Yes.
Make sure you chuck them up there. They do go a huge, long way to helping us pump up the show, get it to more ear holes so we can create more of those veterans. Make sure you're following Ben Battle Brothers Tabletop on YouTube as well. Subscribe
That's
there.
me.
We've got Russ at GFN Gaming. Get over there, click the subscribe.
And make sure you're following Threes to Wound, Rhys here. Click on subscribe, subscribe, all the good things. Notification bells, the works.
I know, and just a teaser. Next week, I think we've got a little bit of an announcement that will some cool things in the work for the Trinity as it currently stands. Is going to be doing some new and cool things. It's happening.
Just a
It's
diamond cutter. The diamond cutter.
By the way-
high five.
By the way, Rhys, I just wanted to give you this. I just coined it, but I wanted to give it to you for free.
Wow.
Threes to Wound. I just wanted to give that to you for free. Just wanted to give that to you as a gift from one friend to another. And I know that's pretty awesome. And I just wanted you to have that.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that all the time. And
I wouldn't have given that free. I would have asked for money, but Ben.
Patent pending.
Ben, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's.
Just for you.
Thank
Because
you.
I'm a good sport. I can lose in style.
Wow.
I see. The whole range of emotions I felt. I'm back on a high again after that. So this is.
Oh, we all are.
Great. Well, next episode we'll see you guys again. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
See you next time.